Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Run the Real of FASD with Nadia and Tanya. We are so happy to finally send you this video at the end of the day after we did our 2 lives today, one from Saskatoon, one from Moncton. How was your conference in Saskatoon?
It was amazing. There was a lot of prep work involved and we had a great time. I have some stuff that I brought back. We'll share in future videos. How was your conference in Moncton?
Very well. I was there with some fabulous colleagues of mine, and we just rocked it. It was an amazing experience, like usual, when I work with my colleagues.
Nice.
So we promised you some dates today, but before we get into it, I think we're going to talk a bit more about ourselves and the projects for those who don't know us as much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with my beautiful colleague, friend, soulmate of a mom. I always say she's my soulmate mom in a sense that we connected so much. She's my go-to in this world of FASD, I think. And so Tanya is the FASD community coordinator for the NB-FASD Center of Excellence in the St. John region. She has over 20 years working in the healthcare system as a frontline worker, and she has learned how to advocate and care for the most vulnerable population. She has chosen to embrace life and the storms it brings and use it to help educate, encourage, and support those living with FASD. And honestly, that's just a preview of her bio. But to me, she is a rock. She is just wonderful. She's just, you're a warrior to me. Like, yes.
Thank you, Nadia. And I feel the same from that very first conversation that we had, which we'll share later on. It was like a connection was right there. And you are definitely a soul mother, soul sister on the other end of the province to me. And I stand in awe of all that you do. So for those of you that don't know Nadia, she is also an FASD community coordinator in our northern region with the NB FASD Center of Excellence. She is an educator for over 10 years and a mother to 2 amazing teenagers, one who is diagnosed with fetal alcohol, and she's also a strong believer in FASD-informed care. Nadia works very hard at addressing and minimizing the effects of stigma in relation to FASD. She has learned to embrace everything with humor, as you will see in our future videos, which is one of the qualities that I love so much about you. And we're an equal balance.
I was going to say that's one of the things that made us connect was our twisted sense of humor.
Yeah. And your positive energy, Nadia, as well, that you've just learned to dance in the rain and you ride those waves as each one comes. So that is my friend, amazing friend, Nadia. And we put together us. You can do that part, but you do it so much better than I do.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, you do.
I gotta say, the one thing that is new for me making these videos, you know, we just said I had 2 teenagers. My oldest teenager just turned 20. Can you believe it?
No.
So it's like I technically have now like a young adult, a brand new adult, and a teenager.
Buckle up.
Oh my goodness. So coming back to us, we met, my goodness, looking back since 2019. It's only been since 2019.
It feels like a lifetime though.
I know. It's like we
in
talk,
a good way.
Yes. It's like we talk about each other. It's like, oh, do you remember years ago? It's been 4 years.
But isn't that the truth though, when we being in the situation that we are raising kids with FASD and the disabilities and the everyday storms, it just feels like it's forever.
Yeah.
Right. Like, anyway, I got you off topic. Sorry.
Oh, but it's so true though. And this how it anyway, even a relationship reflects what our lives are, because it's like, no, you've always been there.
Yeah.
Right. And so in 2019, you know, that COVID time where everything hit and we started doing those online meetings, we were both on the parent advisory meeting. And this is funny. This is before I even worked for the Center of Excellence. So we connected before we were colleagues, you know.
It's true.
And we had this meeting, and when we popped on, we started talking. Her and I were ranting about our days because, you know, FASD life is simple and with never any bloopers.
Right.
And we started talking, and then people started coming on and we're like, we need to save this for after. The meeting lasted till what was it,
9.
9:30?
9:30, quarter to 10. Yeah.
9:30 at night, and we were like exhausted, and people logged off, and we stayed on till past 11:30, I believe.
Yep. True.
And it was just like, it was love at first sight. It was truly like the beginning of a new, you could see it was the beginning of a big relationship.
Yep.
As we started calling each other like every 2 to 3 days at most.
Yep. It's true. Yeah.
Yep.
And for me, it was really like an aha moment, because here I am. And I mean, my son was diagnosed in 2017 with fetal alcohol. And I had, in that era, I was learning a lot about the disability and how to navigate and how to do this and that. And I was educating myself on the biomom piece,
Mhm.
right? And here I am as an adoptive mom connecting with a soul mother across the province who is a biomom.
Yes.
And I was like, oh God, like buckle up, Tanya, like, how do you connect so well with a biomom?
Yes.
Right? Because, and this leads into further conversations with Nadia and I of our same but different storms that we're in. And then that's when we started to nurture and to dream our project that we've been working on for 2 years.
At least, yeah.
And we've nurtured it and we've watered it and we've planted the seeds and we have watched it grown. And we are to the point now that we're ready to share it with all of you. And it's an important topic and it's a big name. And we know that. And
Oh.
we spent weeks to months going back and forth on the name. But it's that big of a topic and that important that we want to keep it, because that's what generates the conversations. And we have our launch date. So our title is going to be Biomom versus Adoptive Mom. And our launch date, Nadia, I'm going to let you share that.
Our launch date, and I'm going to come back to what you said just before. I'm keeping the suspense going here. Just before we were making the video, Tanya was just saying, it's like, oh my God, it's like we're announcing a wedding date.
Yeah.
Because we got
Sure.
so much stuff ready. We got so much preparation into this for everything to fall together for that day.
Mhm.
So when we looked at the date, it's like, oh, it's like we have a wedding date ready, right? It's
True.
it's so big. And I had chills this morning talking about it. So you guys have to be ready, because February 1st, 2024, we are launching our first video of Biomom versus Adoptive Mom.
Mhm.
And it's going to be, well, I feel like it's going to be amazing, but also,
100%.
it's,
100%.
I think one of the biggest thing, and you said it well, how well we connected with all our differences, is that our stories are so opposite, but they're so the same.
Mhm.
It is the same, even if it's not, right?
Yep.
And we want to show the world what it meant to us and the realization we made talking to each other.
Yep. Agreed.
Right.
Agreed. It's epic and we're excited for it. When we do launch it, we're going to look for feedback and some comments and questions and maybe like even a live Q&A. This is something that we really want to share with all of you and to have your input on how we can support both sides, right? Because it takes both sides to make our amazing little humans, our individuals with FASD.
That is true. On that note, we hope that you put comments in this video. If you
Please.
have topics that you want us to discuss in our next videos, because after Biomom and versus Adoptive Mom, there will be some more coming out.
Mhm.
So make sure to throw in your ideas. We want to hear from you. You have a great day, and thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, everybody. Bye for now.